Hi guys. Hello everyone. So today we have another video. Let me take my iPad. Today I have another video, my conclusion. Another conclusion of my life that I made within 30 years of my life. Let me remind you, this is the series of videos where I share some insights or some life lessons that I realized within my 30 years of life, almost 30 years of life. Yeah, so for those who don't know me, my name is Olive. I live in Shanghai. I work as a tattoo artist in Shanghai. And um, here in my channel where I share my life, my work, and everything in between. So today's topic, I actually wanted to talk about negative mindsets. We all have some negative mindsets that we grow with. We can pick it from our families or from our surroundings, from everywhere actually. What I learned over these years that it's possible to change it, because before I was really skeptical and I was like, how is that even possible? Thoughts, they're just there, they just exist, you cannot control them. But yeah, you actually can change your negative mindset if you really want. Like everything in life, you have to put some efforts in it. Okay, so I noticed that for changing any negative mindset, it takes me about 1 year or a bit more of constant working. By working, I mean constant controlling my thoughts and rewriting my thoughts. If you journal, you maybe can notice that better. Like I journal pretty often. So whenever I have negative thoughts, I do this exercise when I split the page, and on one side I write my negative thoughts, and then on the other side I write my positive mindsets, and then I like cross line those that are negative ones, and I keep the one that are positive ones. This exercise helping to see these things from a different perspective and to expand your narrow mind, to expand your perspective of life, to expand your thinking. I can tell that it wasn't easy for me, and it took me a lot of mental job and not a lot of like mental work, and really learn how to control my thoughts, how to literally replace them inside whenever the negative thought comes to my mind, and I like forcefully replace it with the positive one. And yeah, after a while I noticed that some of the negative mindsets that I had, they're not working for me, they don't have power over me. And instead I started to think more positively. Even some mindsets that I thought they are with me forever, they kind of changed a little. And that made me think that everything is possible, especially our mindsets, because our reality is formed by our thoughts. So whatever your thought is, it's going to be projecting in your reality. So in order to change your reality, you have to change your thoughts. You have to work on your mindset, especially on negative ones, because they dictate everything. They dictate how you behave, they dictate how you express yourself, they even dictate how you look, your gestures, your face, your everything. So yes, lesson number, is it number 4? Lesson number 4 is, it's really possible to change your negative thinking, to change negative mindsets. All it takes is just some efforts and intentions, good intentions to change it. By the way, please Follow me on my social medias. This is my Instagram. Follow me on my YouTube. Follow me on my WeChat channel. I'll be so happy to have you, and I'll be glad to share more of my work, of my life. And lesson number 5, I want to make these two lessons together because I feel like they're linked. Lesson number 5, over these years, together as I learned that I can control my thoughts. I learned that I actually can also manage my emotions. Me, I'm a very emotional person. I'm a crybaby. I feel things too much. I think like it's way too much. I I take things very deeply, and it's good for an artist. It's very good, but it can be very difficult to live with it in life, or in relationship, or in any kind of communication. It can be really really hard because when you're oversensitive, some people, they can really hurt you. So I read this book called Master Your Emotions, and the book really helped me. It's very easy to read, and it helped me to understand more. And even before, I was learning a lot about emotional intellect. I think it's called like this. I was learning about that, and I learned how to recognize my emotions, how to uh, separate myself with them, and how to not get overwhelmed with them, especially negative ones such like anger, because before it was just crazy. It's still sometimes getting over my head and I cannot control myself, but comparing to how it was like 5 years ago, I see very big shift. I see very big difference. I see very big progress. By managing my emotions, I mean learning how to deal with it, how to observe it, how to actually accept it, how to work with it, but know how to suppress it. We are not suppressing emotions. This is a very bad thing to do. Is the worst thing you can do for yourself. Our control, I don't know if it's even possible to control the emotions of feelings, because they always just come kind of really really fast, and I think it's not really effective to try to control them. You just have to let them be, and what you have to be able to do is to observe them whenever it's a sadness or anger or even happiness or whatever emotion is that. There's a bunch of emotions. You have to be able to recognize it and deal with it inside of yourself. That is, I'm still learning how to do, and it's really really tough for me sometimes. One thing I realized that it's really possible. It's really possible, and it's really helpful in situations like conflicts or some tough situations, when you able to manage your emotions and not to act, because a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of crazy things, crazy decisions people make out of emotions, and it's not a good way to live, at least for me. Maybe for some people it's okay. This managing, what helps me to manage my emotions, to recognize them, is journaling. As I said, I've been journaling for I think like 7 years or more. I always write down whenever I feel overwhelmed, or I feel whatever I feel. Actually, I just write it down and I express myself the way I want in my journal. Also, what helps me to deal with my anger, if I have anger, is physical exercises, and meditation also really really helps. I think that this is the three things that helps me. And also whenever I actually feel something, what what also helps me is to talk with someone. But when I have nobody to talk, I'll tell you a little secret. I actually turn on the camera like this and I talk to the camera. It also helps me. Or I turn on what is that thing, the voice record on my phone. And I also talk to it when I don't have nobody to speak to. These two things, your thoughts is possible to control in order to change your negative mindset, and your emotions is possible to manage in order to live more happy life and be a better person. Yeah, so these are two lessons for today. Let's keep in touch, stay with me, and thank you for your likes, for your shares, for your comments, uh, for your comments. Sorry. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.